right, welcome everybody to episode 47 of WAP We Are Pinball. What? Not in this lifetime did they said this would happen. We've got Donald Garrison and Cengiz. I don't even think I know your last name, Cengiz, after all these years. What is it?
You don't even know my middle name, do you?
I don't think so.
It's Dennis.
Dennis. I'm going to start calling you Denny.
That sounds like the most un-Danish thing ever. Danish
That's a bit more normal Danish name. Welcome to WAP, everybody. This is show number 47. We got Kaneda in the house. If you don't know Kaneda already, Kaneda lives in $1 million house. He has got beautiful wife, beautiful kids. He has so many subscribers. What a millionaire every year. Biggest support in the media, pinball content media. He's a part of WAP Show now. Welcome to the show, Chris. How are you doing, buddy?
And a big mortgage to go with that. I'm doing great. I've really, really been looking forward to this. I have to say, it's been long overdue. You guys are great. I love the content. And I know this took a while to get here, all probably my fault, but it's good to just chat pinball. I mean, this is what we love about this hobby. Just everybody's got a fun opinion about these games.
Absolutely, man. If I had 1% of influence putting you two together, I'm just so happy. So everybody's perfect now. Everybody's happy. Let's chat pinball. Donnie, how are you doing, my dear friend?
It is early. I have no idea what's happening. Hi, everybody. Welcome to WAP. Let's get this go. This is going to be a landmark episode. I can already tell.
Well, we shared a teaser like 10 hours ago, and this morning people are like, that Queen song, "We Will Rock You" song, they're like, "Bo, bo, we want WAP, we want Kanedas, we want this. Come on, do it."
I mean, we all need Cengiz, because it's 7 a.m. for Don, it's 8 for me. The kids just got out, and it's like happy hour in Denmark. So yeah, we're gonna feed off your energy, brother.
Let's bring it.
We do that. Okay, that usually when we have a guest over, we always start the show by saying, "Who's your daddy and what does he do?" So we learn about Kaneda. If anyone doesn't know about Kaneda, let's just ask him simple questions. When did you start playing pinball machines?
I have never. No, it was 12 years ago. I think a lot of people, I got into arcade machines and I quickly realized how boring like owning a Donkey Kong is and a Miss Pac-Man and a Tron. And then I had a Lord of the Rings. And it was amazing. I was hooked. I didn't know what flipper like fade was. I didn't know what broken plastics were. I didn't know what shooter lane wear was. It had all of that. And I just loved it. And
you
then
enjoyed it like that, right? It was just so enjoyable if you didn't have to think about all that stuff.
And Lord of the Rings is an amazing game to start with that I think that might have made me a little cynical looking at a lot of other games because of how good that machine is.
Why did you pick that as the first game?
Well, I asked Pinside, what should I get as a first game for pinball? And that's what people recommended. And it was a great first game. Long ball times, great theme integration.
Oh, great
theme. A little clunky, but you don't even know what clunky is when you're starting out, right? You're just happy to have a pinball game in your house.
Yeah. So fast forward, then you started your pinball podcast show. For how long time? How many episodes?
1150 now, something like that.
Did you have that at Expo? Did you have this thing around your neck saying "Big Pinball Podcaster" with 1100 shows?
No, it didn't. Did you guys get media credentialed at Expo?
I did not.
Okay, did you? No, Cengiz, you weren't there. I don't think any of the OGs, people have been doing this for nobody. Like I heard you had to interview Rob to get media credentialed. Did you guys interview him?
I did, yeah, but I didn't even get that.
And he still didn't give it to you. Okay, maybe next year. Maybe next year.
When we hit 2,000 shows.
Yeah.
So Expo is just open. Now everybody knows about Kaneda. Go and check his stuff out. He loves pinball. He plays all pinball. Kaneda always says, "Buy before try." Beautiful stuff.
No,
Kaneda looks confused right now.
Wait and see.
Wait and see. Yeah. Okay, so at Expo, you two, you were there. I wasn't. I, first of all, wants to hear the aura behind the different companies. Not their games, but just the aura. the fat dick energy. How was it out there? I want to learn about that. Let's start with JJP. Their stand, their games. How was it?
I mean, they were there. They had one of their games there. I didn't really
Yeah.
sense much of a buzz coming over there. I mean, obviously, people were having fun on Harry Potter. For a lot of people, it was kind of their first time seeing it, or at least all 3 different versions. But I mean, at this point, they're just the Harry Potter pinball company. I don't think they have any complaints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
How
felt the
about
same.
Christian?
They just had a lot of games. There wasn't a line, right? I mean, Potter's been out for a while. Like, this is the cycle of hype. I mean,
Mm.
everyone's probably played a Potter by now, and I think also because the CEs are just unlimited, right? They're everywhere, right? This game I heard they got 3,000 CE orders.
Wow.
So it's but it's still
Wow.
a beautiful game. When I walked over to it, there wasn't a lot of energy per se, but I think just, they wanted to just show up with a lot of games because if you're them, everyone's a future buyer or potential buyer of Harry Potter. So, you want as many people on that game as possible. But yeah, there wasn't any lines, there wasn't any like buzz. All the buzz was happening nearby.
So usually at these shows, they used to have Ken Cromwell
Mhm.
hyping up the JJP game. So who was there this time? Who?
I don't know. Did you see Don? Did you
Good
see
question.
anyone?
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't see anybody shepherding the herds over there or anything. I mean, we saw Elton John launch at Expo. I think that year that Labyrinth came out, and it was like that. That was the big game of the show. Like big lines there. Jack was walking around in his sequin Dodger outfit. Like I didn't see him at all this time. I think he was there.
yeah,
But just
he was there.
dude.
You know what's funny is there's a moment where Brett's there. No one really knows him, and it's like everyone's snapping photos with Jack. There's Brett. Could buy the entire hotel, and there's absolutely no one's asking for photos or autographs. And but yeah, no one was like dressed up in Potter gear and in wizard mode. So it was, I think it was just kind of like let the games do the talking kind of vibe at JJP.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's jump over to Big Daddy Stern. How was the vibe around Stern, man? They just released a new game. Now you're saying JJP game is not new, but new now. New Star Wars. How was the hype? How long was the lines?
Not people were going over and getting their badges.
Come on.
Everybody was playing their games. They had the same red carpet, they had the same merch booth. And they had a stage. I don't know that they were really. I didn't catch them using it. But maybe I was just busy running around. But I don't know. It was Stern without anything really brand new. I didn't even see the new Kong topper, which I was expecting to see there. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't there. Yeah, and
Oh.
it was interesting. I mean, Stern obviously shows up with so many games, and I think sometimes they get a little wrongfully indicted for not having any popularity around their booth. I mean, if you show up with 30 Star Wars games and there's 4 Winchesters, there's going to be a line to get on the Winchester. So, Stern always had people there. It just felt like they were trying a little hard. They were like interviewing themselves on the Jack Danger red couch or the couch area, and you couldn't really hear it though, because it's loud. And I don't think they had like an old guy DJing for like the rest of the night, and it just felt like they were trying to be cool, and it's fine. I mean, it's Stern. I mean,
So they were
they're doing their thing.
DJ that over all the game sounds, or how was
Yeah, there was a
same
DJ over
area?
they had a big gorilla. Did you see that thing,
Yeah.
Don? Like
yeah,
the
Gorilla was funny.
and they had a Darth Vader holding a pumpkin that was the
Yeah.
Death Star. So they're having some fun. I just think more of the conversation was around Star Wars and what people's feelings on it were.
Were people loving Star Wars? Come on. How about the lines? Did they have long lines at Star
No.
Wars?
Well, there
No,
were so many machines.
Yeah, they had like 50 machines there, but I don't know that Star Wars was
Okay.
the game for the pinball enthusiast though. This is probably a game that's not going to make it into a ton of homes, but it's probably going to earn well in location because everybody will just go there and play it. So
Yeah, the
this is
theme.
just like I think they come in cycles, and maybe their plan was let's just throw a game together, put it out there that'll earn, and this will just be like the operator release, and then
Yeah.
we'll throw
I
some
heard from
fans later.
Yeah, I heard from Kale that when he got back from Expo, he has a Star Wars on location, and
Mm.
a woman was trying to play it, and the coins were not accepted into the machine because it was so full. And I was like,
Oh.
just take the coin box out, let it just fill the cabinet. I mean, it's an operator's dream, and nothing's gonna break. It's Star Wars. It's inviting. It's
Mm.
not as bad as everybody is kind of like reacting to it, but it's also not great. And I think everyone is just wanting a great Star Wars game after all these years.
Oh, it's a dream theme of mine. I mean,
Don, do you still have your Star Wars?
Yeah, this big vacant hole over here is where it was.
The new
Uh,
one?
yeah, I rented it out for a month, so it'll be coming back.
Okay.
I still have my 2017 though, and I think I still like that one better.
I agree. I feel like the Richie game, everyone thought would just get replaced. I kind of feel like people are just going to hold on to it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just a sentimental sap, but yeah, I mean, it's the premium. Every time I do get my Death Star, it's awesome. Every time I race around the Raptor track, it's awesome. And like I understand the gameplay nuance to it that's there. It's not just here's 7 shots and a fan, play like Venom or whatever. So I don't know. It's got a charm for me, and it's only $7,500 on the second market with a topper, so it's not like
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a gold mine by holding it.
yeah. Do you guys know if the Star Wars LE has sold out? We don't have none here in
I
Europe.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
No.
if we were to look at distros, I think they're still for sale.
yeah, I
I
think
mean, people on our Facebook group on We Are Pinball, we're like over 600 people in there. They're writing there officially on the wall
Mhm.
that some distros are hitting them up and wants to try to sell the game on well under MSRP. I don't want to say the numbers here, but yeah.
I
yeah,
think
they're
you told me 11,000 or 10,500, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
11 is what I mean. It's chasing Kong all the way down, man. It's like Kong's going for sub 10. What the hell? What
Gosh.
the hell? Now, so
Yeah.
my big disappointment though with it was this is an LE for Star Wars, and like they took a step back from like cool designed armor. They took a step back from foil decal accents, and it's like those are the things I want. I get that it comes with the lights and everything, but
Mm.
like that's where like my level of disappointment with it. This should have been like an event, like oh you got the LE. There's only 770. That's sweet, and then
Yeah.
like that's what we're missing out on. Like I
I
don't
mean,
feel
Chris
Yeah.
and I, we had this talk before lunch. Chris was like, Star Wars is going to sell out. It's Star
I,
Wars. And I said to Chris, man, they don't sell to Europe this time, so I don't think they will sell out. But Chris didn't see the game, of course. He was just talking about the theme, right?
yeah, I think what's the most telling is how where's John Borg? Doesn't even feel like he's excited about his own game. And I know this game was rushed. Everybody who's like talked to people in the industry, the poor guy has been working on 3 games in 1 year. People
Mm,
forget that. Like
mm,
Metallica Remastered launched a year ago. He was working hard on that.
yeah.
And then he's got Star Wars, which I think he did in, I heard like 8 months to make the game. And then he's also working on The Walking Dead Remastered, which is supposedly dropping, any day now. We might get a
Good day, yeah.
trailer today. I heard it's before Halloween. So that's got to be
like
this week or next, right?
the
Could be
conspiracy
awesome.
minded in me is saying that they're holding back on Walking Dead and like putting Tron out instead or something just to like save.
Really? I
Now
hope
that's how
so.
I've completely made that up, but like can you imagine? I'd be
But
devastated right
on top of that, he also worked on Indiana Jones that got canceled. Remember
Yeah.
that? So
Was the
Yeah.
Death
this be
Star
Rumor.
the
really the
guy.
rolling ball from Indiana Jones, and this was just like a theme swap late in the game? I carried around a plastic from the apron in my bag the whole expo, waiting to run into Borg. I even went to the autograph signing. He still wasn't there. Like where was the guy?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, all right. So that's turn. I want to hear about the vibe around Barrels of Fun because they also released a brand new game, the house game, Winchester House game. Were there? Did you play the game? How was the vibe around their booth?
Did you guys know about it beforehand?
I had no
I
idea.
didn't.
God, nobody. Yeah.
Did you, Chris?
No, no,
You?
no,
Oh.
come on. I always leak early. I had no clue.
Yeah.
No clue. I was just as shocked as everybody else,
But
which
you were under NDA with Barrels. How can you
yeah,
not
he
know
told
about it?
David told me 2 future titles, then the next day he's like, "We lost one of them." I'm like, "Okay, are you
Oh,
just, like, making this stuff up now?" Yeah, I no, but I like not being under NDA and just finding out like everybody else, but yeah, Don, what did you think of their booth?
Yeah, so I don't know. I woke up that morning with that of the announcement. Like people are texting me, like, "Who the hell is this old lady with the house?" I'm like, "What is all this?" And then I saw it. Um, no, it was cool. Like, they had a set up there. I wish they would have had 10 games, and I wish they would have had some games in boxes ready to go, like they did with Labyrinth. But there was
Mm,
like 4 games, I think total, maybe 5. Flipping Out had one at their booth. Their booth was cool. The line was wrapping around the whole booth the whole time of the show there. I got on Dune. I played my Winchester. I liked its moments that it had. I did everything I wanted to do. I got the Seance multi-ball. I got my ball stuck in the spider web pepper ghost thing. I hit all the ramps. So I walked away like feeling like, okay, this is pretty good. I played it like first thing in the morning though. So it was one of the first games that was put on that game that day. So, my
Hmm.
flippers were strong and everything. So like I came away with, a quite positive experience. And I spent the rest of Expo just kind of hovering around watching people playing. I would just jump the barricade, go in the barrels booth so I get close and watch. But like, yeah, I love their Evergloss cabinet decals, all shiny. I love that. Um, so yeah, and then the whole time, Van Ness is just like hanging around, posted right out front. Carl's over there hanging out, so I got to like you could just walk up to these guys and talk to them about the game, try to goad them into making some more. So I think they were having a very good expo that may be better than they were expecting.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Your
Same
experience?
same thing. Like I walked over, David saw me from across like the alley and just waved me in. It just felt like walking into a mom and pop restaurant. And I just get this sense with like a lot of the boutiques, it just feels like you're walking in to the family run business, right? And they're very personable. And I couldn't cut the lines. I had to come in the next day to play it. So the first day, the line was just an hour or more wait to get on it.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, their games are so shiny and beautiful. They really are. I mean, David really knows how to make a pretty machine, and Winchester it plays nice. It's a little hard, It's a Carl game. I kept saying that it's not a Stern. You got to find those shots, and the flipper feels a little bit different than Stern, and it,
Okay.
it was just incredible though because by the time we even got to the show, they were sold out, and then just an energy he sold more in 2 days than he sold of Dune in almost 6 months. So that's if I were to tell you guys like 6 months ago, Winchester's Mystery House is gonna outsell Dune with all the assets in 2
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Who knew?
Wow. Yeah. Do you think it's because it's limited to 525? Because the price is the same?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
can't sell out if it's not limited.
But
It
you're
was it's a lot of variables, though, right? I think Star Wars being mediocre, this game being very limited, and we've seen this hobby, right? Everyone's starving for some FOMO fun, and it's fun to be chasing that game that you feel is about to sell out.
but Predator is also pretty limited.
Yeah, what the
Now
heck?
we're talking 525, right?
Yeah, Predator's gonna be more limited numbers, like probably 200 or so. It's a wide body game. The shots feel a lot more fun, a lot more approachable. I was able to walk up this game my first time and hit like every multi-ball battle Predator to the Gatling gun, like the whole bit. Like I had a great game, put my name up on it. Yeah, this is a game is gonna be like under 200. That's a little bit more, if you want the prestige version or whatever. But like I was surprised that this wasn't an instant sellout. At the end of the show, they said they still had 40 left.
Yeah.
And that's like
I
40
think the
Wow.
thing
all
with
time for Predator, not
yeah.
Winchester's Mystery Gloss Man.
It's crazy, right? It's such a more appropriate theme for the audience, but again, just
Yeah.
losing Arnold
Yeah.
and launch matters too, right? I think we had months
God.
to prepare for disappointment of an Arnoldless Predator, right? And then it comes out and it kind of reaffirms your fear. Where Winchester, right? No one even knew it was coming. It's not missing anything you wanted in it. And I think everyone just got excited by this campy, haunted house, real story that's kind of fascinating and interesting. And then, you serve it up and it's unique, it's different, and it's not missing anything you want. It kind of is introducing you to something new and different. And I think
Mm.
that's why it sold so well. And, congrats to the guys over there at Barrels. Cause I look, it was
Absolutely.
that
Wow.
Dune would have sank the company if they didn't have this ready to go. Like, let's
Yeah.
be honest. I mean,
How did they keep this a secret? Everybody knew about Dune. Everybody knew about it before it came out. But this, we got multiple emails. Bam, bam, Winchester. I'm like, what the heck is that? I don't even want to read it. I saw it like 5 hours later or something. And is this a pinball machine? What the hell?
I think no
Damn.
one I had a guy that told me he knew, and he just didn't think it was real because of what it was. And like, not in a million years did I think they'd be making Winchesters. So I'm like, he's like, I didn't decide to pass it on. So I'm like, all right, well, I
May
heard they were shopping it to 3 designers, 2 of which passed on it, and then Carl
Oh, okay.
took it. And I think the Carl factor, we didn't even talk about. I mean, he
yeah.
brings a lot of fans and he's a great guy and everyone just wants to see him be successful and it's just all good vibes, like buying his product.
I mean,
What-
2 shows ago, we talked about Dune, and I said I watched Carl playing Dune with the newest code, and from a mediocre to just top dollar game, man, to just change everything for me. I also said that on our show, but wow, absolutely great player. The only thing is, when you're saying the shot's a bit tight, I mean, is it tight, like that magic game from American Pinball? What's
Yeah,
it called?
Houdini
Houdini?
type.
Yeah, that's a bit tight.
Not that
Are the
bad. No,
shots like that?
not that bad.
Not
yeah.
that bad?
It
Okay.
didn't feel like
Okay.
Houdini to me. I liked it. Even the upper flipper, getting around there,
Yeah.
sweep and drop targets and things. It seemed like it worked. Now I don't have 50 games on it, so maybe time will tell. But like the game I had was fun.
How cool is it they just sold out, man? So
Oh
was that booth the biggest Big Dig Energy out there, or
I
was
would
it
say
bigger?
so.
Yeah, you think
Yeah,
so?
they
Okay.
had the most like just yeah. I mean,
Oh,
Spooky wasn't there,
yeah,
right? The Predator was on one player game for 3 balls, so they just it was like the line was long to get on the Predator, or just a long wait, even if the line wasn't that long. Um,
okay.
and then
Did you play Predator, Chris?
I didn't get to play it because this is a little pet peeve of mine of if for content creators, I do think they should open up early so we could go
Yes,
in and
yes,
play.
yes, yes.
It just I got to play Winchester only because I took Melvin's vendor badge and got in early. But as just me, I couldn't get into the show opening. And then you see how it was, Don, when it opens,
as yeah,
the line is already
freaking
there. It's everyone's like a herding into it, and it's just good luck. You're online right away for an hour wait.
I think
yeah.
media creators should have early access. Just come in and film and try all the new games. I mean,
Yeah,
it will be good for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I had a
absolutely.
booth, so I got a vendor badge, so that's pretty much how I got into play things. Got
I
into
got
play
to do that.
Predator early. Got into play
Mm.
Winchester. So like that was nice, but I would like it if they'd have like just an extra bonus hour or something before the show opens for everybody else, where you could like buy some exclusive access or something for $100, and then they limit it to 100 people that can come into the show floor early. I'd like to, I don't know if there's not really a way to have like a fast pass or whatever, but having 2 people or 2-hour lines for people just doesn't seem to be helpful at all. Like, that's when you should put like a time limit on the game of like, 5 minutes, go play, and then we can keep the line moving. Because a good player
Yeah,
can get on Winchester and be there for a half hour, and that like totally worth their
Oh,
money.
that's a dick move, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. You don't need to necessarily drop every game to 2 balls like we saw Pinball Brothers do with Queen. Remember that when like when they were expecting Queen to be this huge thing and they had to like limit it to 2 balls. Oh man.
Okay. So how was the vibe around Predator, the booth? Was Daniel there talking about the game? Who was at Predator?
It was 2 guys I didn't recognize, like a guy
yeah.
that
I didn't know who they were.
did either coding or
Oh.
programming, and then, like, a marketing guy or something, and then the dude from Predator was there.
Oh, the actor from Predator.
Yeah,
Oh, that was so cool. When you called me, man, with FaceTime. Whoa, with WAP t-shirts.
and I had to it must have been, like, 3 in the morning for you, but I'm like, "Dude, I got
Yeah.
this guy a WAP t-shirt, he signed it for you, so I gotta send that out to you."
Yeah.
That was super
It
cool.
was an awesome
That was,
moment,
like, the
man.
best tearjerker moment of Expo for me, was
Oh
taking
my
Jenkins'
god.
stuff over to the guy from Predator.
It was
Jenkins, did you
magical.
buy one? Did you get one?
Yeah, but we still haven't got the game.
Okay.
It's 1 hour this direction from me, but I still don't have the game.
This is a
Okay.
story of, like, launches, right? Like, Winchester's, like, how to do it right, and Predator's how, like, not to do it, and then American Pinball will show you how to, like, hold my beer. Let me show you how to not launch a game.
I talked with my bro about this because we bought the game and we're gonna put it in our. I'm not gonna have it here. We're just gonna put it in our game room. The thing is, the orders are gonna shut down December. When are we gonna get the game for the showroom? Why are we buying this game if we cannot sell any of them? It's just they just released the game and they stopped producing the game. I Do you
Did you
get
hear
this?
why that Disney yanked the license? That's what I heard, that Disney is
I've
making
heard
it more
something
difficult
else.
because
I
that's why there's no Star Wars in Europe as well. Like, they're just making it harder to sell regionally some of their
That's
IP.
not the thing I heard. I heard that
Okay.
January they want to jump over to the next game from Pedretti on the production line.
Hmm.
which is what, Toadin?
You know what? You said that their next game was
Big Bang
Big Bang
Bar?
Bar, right? Yeah.
It's one of those 2.
Okay, let's just.
It's Toadin.
You said Big Bang Bar.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
wrong, but it's
Well,
they have it's one of like they're so Rick Toadin, Theater of Magic, Circus Voltaire, all Pedretti. Didn't like CGC announce another run of Medieval Madness is coming next year?
Yeah, they just like subtly dropped that. Like we're just gonna do another
yeah.
1,000.
So they just burned everybody who bought the Merlin.
Why not? They sold out so quickly. But I talked with Andretti and I was like, of course, I talked about Chris is saying Big Bang Bar and all that and details. I got a lot of cool details from Andretti and Pedretti.
Yeah.
What a great guy. But at the end of our talk on Messenger, he stopped writing that the next game is a Bella Williams game. And I saw that like 2 days later or something. I was like, what the heck? That cannot be Big Bang Bar.
Yeah. It's Toadin.
I
And
was like,
then
oh,
do you
saw
guys
too
think it's
late.
gonna do you guys think it's do you like all these remakes of I mean, when CGC made them, they made the games better. I'm just
Right.
nervous that Pedretti's gonna do these and they're not gonna be to the
I don't have
caliber
no
of
experience with Funhouse. The only experience I have is actually Don's review of what's going on in the US. Don said like the prices are low on Funhouse, right,
Oh yeah,
Donnie?
yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, it plays like similar. Like you can tell it's Funhouse, but it feels like Funhouse built with Pinball Brothers parts. So like
Okay.
it's I guess it's close enough, but it's kind of clunky how you switch between the two, like the 2.0 code and the new code.
uh-oh.
It'd have been fun if it was just a quick toggle on the flippers, but it's like you have to like reset the game basically, have it come up as the other game, reload, and then you can insert coins and play it. So like that was clunky.
Mm,
And like every CGC remake I've walked up to, yeah, you gotta wait 3 years for them, but like they play awesome. And
Yeah.
yeah.
it's
They make
yet to be
great
seen
games.
like how
Yeah.
they can build them. So is it the limited availability on the line because they want to throw this other game on there? Was it because they Disney yanked the license, or was it because they've been sitting on this license for 3 years already? It's running out at the end of the year. Like I don't know that we'll ever find out, but it just
I
seems
heard
like
they want to jump over to the next game.
Do
I
you
mean,
know what the next game is, Jengiz?
not really.
You do. Are you excited?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
They
am.
need
I
a
am.
hit. Don't they need a hit eventually? I mean, that's what I'm always confused with these boutiques that don't move like the numbers they need to.
Chris, this is going to be a bit dorky, but
Right.
just stand-up targets on Funhouse. They're using the stand-up targets from Alien and stuff like that. They don't use the original Bella Williams stand-up targets. So when you go into details and play these games, they
Yeah, they
don't
feel
feel like
off.
the real original. That I think that's what Donnie means.
Yeah.
That yeah, it feels different. But with the Predator game, they updated. They have the fast board system now, right? And they are using Bella Williams flippers now. So I have something in me that says maybe they
Okay.
will use Bella Williams drop down targets, stand up targets. Maybe it will be like that with the next game. I hope. I
Yeah,
hope.
the other thing with these remakes is I heard Brian Allen's doing the art, and that's questionable. When you remake a classic, if you want the iconic, and if there's one game that doesn't need a new art package, it's Toadin. It's Circus Voltaire, and it's just you could do it, but should you? And I think the market has spoken that they might not like redoing art on games that were just works of art back in the day.
Didn't they do? They did two versions with Funhouse. One with the original. Was it the original one-to-one art,
I
and the
think
other one was?
so.
the
Which
other
is also
remake.
gotta be more expensive if you get that wrong, right? From a manufacturing standpoint, it's
Mm,
not easy to do that because you gotta order those play fields, and if you don't get that many orders,
yeah.
you're eating all that cost.
If it's Toten, would you guys buy it?
Eh.
The code is just it just gets old. I had one.
The
It's a
code
beautiful
is
game, but it gets
yeah.
boring
Code is very
compared to
simple.
modern pins. You can get to the end of it in 20 minutes.
Who was
One guy did a 2.0 code on
Yeah,
that
who was
game.
that? I remember seeing that at TPF a couple
That
years
was that was our friend with the bad play fields, Mirko.
Oh,
Remember?
that was the
Remember he
guy you
walked.
booed
Remember?
out. I
Well,
saw
no,
it
it's
there.
remember he walked in and wanted to talk about his Totem kit and didn't want to address the GNR playfield issue.
Oh, Donnie, I don't know if you were there, but he just came in and baller, and I want to sell these parts and this and that. And then Chris was in there. He just took the mic and was like, "How dare you trying to sell this when you are destroying all the JJP?" So he just took his bag and he ran out of there.
You know what's crazy about Mirko? He's probably made, as an individual, the most money of anybody in this hobby. And then he gets paid again for his mistakes. Because we know you got to buy the new playfields at cost to him.
Did you buy the extra Guns N' Roses
Yeah,
playfield for
it's
600
in the
bucks?
it's in the attic. I mean, I would just figured why not? I'm never gonna swap it.
Oh, uh,
Yeah,
it wasn't populated. It was just a playfield, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
it's crazy that the people
Mm.
that make the most in this hobby or industry are the people that aren't responsible for actually building the games. It's like,
I know.
No,
it's
we're talking about GNR. How about when they launched Harry Potter with that art that should be replaced?
the
Oh,
derpy
the
dragon.
They,
AI.
yeah, they need to pay him the second time because it's not his fault. So that guy got paid double.
That was such a weird story, and they were blindsided by that. They had no idea.
Yeah. Were you at that conference with AI at
W
Expo?
Was there a conference? Oh, there was a panel discussion
Yeah,
about
there
it?
was some panel with some people against AI. Were you in there?
No. They're against AI?
Yeah, I didn't go to any of those. There was like some discussion on AI and pinball, but yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
hear about like what was mentioned or anything, and it feels too much
I
like
mean,
extra work.
I
for me,
AI would have made a better Star Wars, we all know that. Come on. If you ask
or I
AI,
mean,
"Make me a great Star Wars pinball machine," they're not kicking that out.
some people in the industry are very angry about their having some AI artwork on Potter. I mean, wake up. AI is not the future. AI is here. I mean, AI is taking over a lot of jobs. It's gonna happen. If you like it or not, it's just gonna happen.
I think it was just
Blue collar jobs like electricians and all that, they're gonna have so much work to do because most of this generation is I'm sitting in front of a computer. All that is gonna be taken over
Yeah.
by AI.
My
It's gonna
job
happen.
is my job is way more at risk than any pinball artist's job is.
Sorry, but it's gonna. You
Yeah,
cannot sit there and be angry. I'm like, I hate AI, but it's gonna happen,
yeah.
like it or not.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was like the clumsy rollout of it though, because obviously they used AI to do a once over rough draft, and then you're supposed to go fine tune and finish that stuff, and probably they did, but then somehow like an earlier save file got sent over to print and like passed final approval somehow, and then showed up. That had to be like the worst Monday morning meeting. Like, guys, we got to
okay,
Yeah,
discuss this. We've got
yeah,
5,000
yeah.
playfields ordered that are all wrong.
yeah, and it was small when you actually, because everyone was zooming in on that dragon on pin side, and when you
Mm.
actually stood in front of the machine, it's like this big, and it's like in the
Yeah,
upper right, and
yeah,
and you're looking at all this stuff in the game.
yeah.
But yeah, and I
I
think
never saw it. I
some people
just
have the AI mistake game, right? Is that now more valuable, you think, or what?
the multi-bar versions or what? But I still want that guy with the missing mouth or nose in the middle of the flippers. What's the evil guy in
Voldemort?
Yeah.
Voldemort? Yeah, he should be there. Just like they have got on Star Wars, they have got Yoda, creepy Yoda. I hate that Yoda down there. I don't like it. When his eyes blinks, I don't like it, man. But they should have Voldemort on Potter. Have you two played Potter?
Mhm.
Oh, dude, yeah. I
What
own
do you
the
think
thing.
about it? I
Yeah,
like the game.
it's
I
fun.
like it.
I
I
hope it's
think,
the standard going forward.
yeah, it
Yeah.
shoots fine.
It it's
What
a
do you think,
it's their
Chris?
best shooting game, I would say, next to I think Elton John's maybe a little bit more kinetically fun. That just Richie's just got that beautiful upper flipper shot I love on Elton.
Yeah.
That when it loops around and goes into the piano, I just think that's such a
Oh,
amazing shot. No,
yeah.
Potter's great. It's like my only issues with it from the beginning. I think they fixed a lot of this was just the amount going on at once. And I think JJP still struggles a little bit in figuring out the right balance between putting a lot into the code. I mean, sometimes when Keith hands that big diner menu of the rule set.
Yeah.
Like he's proud to hand it to you, and you're like terrified to receive it. It's just like, just make it a little bit more approachable, a little bit more simple. They've got that beautiful screen, and even with Potter, there's like 8 things happening at once.
Yeah.
And I just wish they would make it more of a moment when you start playing like Quidditch.
Is he
You're
the
playing.
same guy that made Hobbit with 8 different screen things?
Uh,
Is the same coder or what?
well, no, this was Joe Katz. Hobbit was Keith Johnson.
Okay, it's just too much for me. But just make one big screen. Simplify it, man. Simplify it. It's
Yeah.
just too much for me.
It's the
I'm
one
getting
thing I
too
love
old
about
for this.
GNR is like, I just love that there's just the Guns N' Roses concert going on,
Mhm.
and you're just filling the rock meter, and that's it.
And you have the small display on GNR at the pop bumpers that says "Shoot the yellow shot."
So that's one
That should be
interesting
in all
thing.
games.
Is JJP used to always have another monitor or screen under the glass. They've stopped that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
They had that on Pirates also at the lockdown bar. If you didn't know what to go after,
the
it was just
compass.
shoot to the east. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was so cool. I love stuff like that. But yeah, missing. Yeah.
I
So
heard Sonic is amazing, by the way.
I'm
Like,
still Richie, man.
that's what I'm hearing.
But when do you think they will release that game? I don't think it will be 9 months from Potter. I don't think
October, I
so.
think. I'm going to say like end of next year.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, as soon as they start limiting the CEs for Potter, like they said, it'll be timely.
Remember that?
Yeah, I mean,
Limit it to 5,000.
if it's still selling, I mean, I wouldn't limit it, if I was them. So like, I get it. And I think that's better for us in the end because there's going to be so much. What if Potter ends up like GNR, where you can just go out and get one for $6K, and it's like a much better game.
It's probably gonna, right? What's interesting with Potter
Someday.
now, you're really not even seeing people trade them much. I think people are
No.
just satisfied with it, which is good. I mean, I always say this: you want to buy a game that you don't want to sell it again, and you want to just keep it,
Mm.
and that's what I think all these companies are striving for.
Talking about JJP. Yesterday, I heard the latest Electric Bat show with Kale and Rachel. There was a segment where Kale actually talked about the boards of JJP games, um, with the light board system, with the USB connectors, and everything Kale said is absolutely true. We have the same issues. Now, JJP games on our main showroom where the games are turned on for a few hours, couple of times a week, no trouble. They all hold up perfectly. But JJP games at location, oh my god, we have some headaches with that. So they have to do something where the games can be turned on like 16 hours a day. They are giving great service. When we contact them and say this light board, this USB, this is bad, they just sent the new parts. But we came to the conclusion that my bro is like, he don't want to put new JJP games out on location. His dream
Right.
was, I'm going to order 10 extra Harry Potters and have it all over the place in Denmark, but he didn't. That's sad. And what Kale is saying is completely true. So, yeah, a little shout out to JJP. Do something about the quality, baby.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel bad for the operators on this one. I don't know. I heard that nobody really ordered the arcade edition. I was shocked to hear that. It's the same exact game. And I'm curious to see if they do that again. They really didn't get many orders. And maybe that's just because they made the CE so nice and unique.
People
But
love the gold, Chris. People
they
love the
love that
gold.
gold.
Gold and sparkling
They did a
stuff.
great job with that CE, though. I do
Yeah.
give Eric credit for finding a really unique artist within that universe. And
The
it just looks
topper.
stunning. The topper's terrible, though. It is terrible.
That
Like,
needs some work.
Don, do you have it?
Yeah,
Do you have the
I
game?
had the CE, and I would still have it, except I decided to spontaneously buy a house, so I turned it and burned
Oh,
it. But
we're gonna talk about the house.
I think I'd
So
pick up a Wizard down the road if I get it again, because I do like the rad cowl.
Yeah.
I like that movie art, and the gold rails were cool, but like the Quidditch ones are still silver, even in the CE. They said it's something to do with like how those rails have to like send a signal to close a switch or something. It didn't work with the gold.
Mm,
hmm.
yeah.
Small detail,
Okay.
but bugged me.
So at Expo, we didn't have Spooky booth, right? We didn't have nothing but Spooky. So they have sold out, nothing to do there. So Donnie,
Yeah.
as a Spooky man, give us some small info, man. How are the sales on the upcoming game going?
Right.
Did they just say?
It's
Did
not
they
available for sale
confirm?
yet.
Did they confirm the upcoming game with the picture, or how do we
No,
talk about this?
there's been no official announcement. Now,
Okay.
Bugs running around handing out Zag nuts at the expo. So I mean, they're hinting strongly or like expertly trolling.
Mm.
But no, but did you see that a distro already posted that the pre-orders were sold out? I think they may have gotten word on their allotment, and so they finally start taking cash. Little Shop of Games down in Florida just
Yeah, I
posted
saw that.
like they sold out their
Oh, okay.
pre-orders.
Okay. So they start selling the game
I was like,
before no one has seen the game.
first game to sell out prior to reveal.
Okay. Chris, is everything all right? All right?
Hold on, Brenda. When do you come up, babe? I love you, but really, I'll clean up.
It's
Sounds like a
okay?
diner.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We can edit that
Are
out.
you
Or
okay?
keep it. Let everybody know what. No, I'm
Yeah.
gonna clean up the whole kitchen. Don't worry, babe. Yeah, no, I think I've been enjoying watching the distros sort of talk about this game and talk about how everyone should get on a list. And they're not wrong. I keep saying I think it's going to sell out in 9 minutes, and I think it's already sold out. And I think, there was a little bit, I think watching Winchester made Bug and Luke want to just remind everybody something big's about to come in just a couple months. And we all
How
know what it is, and it's
it
exciting.
wasn't it a bit badass move to just release Winchester like 2-3 weeks before the Spooky game? Like everybody knows this time is Spooky's time. Usually Spooky they releases their game, only Spooky, they sell out, it's beautiful, and then the next year everybody is fighting. But the timing of Winchester, I was like, what's Buck thinking right now? What's Luke
Well,
thinking
but
right now? The
Spooky's always
timing.
December, though. They're always December. So they hit
No, the
Expo with
last game
Winchester.
was a bit. Last game wasn't December, was it?
I think it may have been like end of November.
Yeah,
Oh, it
yeah,
was
I think it
because
was
I was at
November.
IAPA, and when they
Yeah,
opened the order gates, I was at the JJP booth at IAPA, and I went ahead and put my
yeah.
deposit for Evil Dead.
And at our interview, they said November also this time. So yeah, it's few weeks before they just came in and emptied 525 people's pockets.
Yeah, I
I mean,
told Bug and Luke this week, I just give people the date. If you have the date, just let them know the date.
It
That's one of the things that always annoys me about pinball releases, right? Is like there's no date. There's no,
yeah,
even just like our next game, 11, whatever, 11/23, whatever it's going to be,
yeah.
and get
Donnie,
ready.
how are the distros? Do they want more games? Tell us
well,
something. Tell
yeah.
us something. How are the distros?
Right,
Come on,
they'll want
insider.
more games. So, Bugaloo have already been on record that if they went ahead and gave their allocations to all the distros, they'd run out of games and they would just be sold out already. I think the distro allocation requests already exceed how many games are going to exist. So they had to hold
Wow.
some for themselves to sell direct through the website, through phone sales. So that's like I don't get like you're saying there's no rush for distros now to like get money for games because like their allotment's their allotment. It's not like if they sell out now, they can then
Mm.
order more and get them down the
Mhm.
road or something or get some
Yeah,
inventory.
they cannot get more games, right?
Yeah. So whether they took all the money now or they take it at launch day, they're still going to sell the same amount. Maybe they just want the money earlier. I don't know.
Is Spooky selling half of the games in house?
No, I think it's much slower than that. I don't know.
Why?
It's gonna be like 20. I don't know. They would make
Why?
more if they did half. I'm telling.
Chris, why? Couldn't
Look,
they sell
this is a
half of it in
very
house?
this is a very loaded
Controversial.
question because, of course, a hot title from a boutique.
Yeah.
Why are you handing money over that to a third party that you don't necessarily need? But in Stern, I understand it because you need them. That's your customer because you want them to buy in bulk. The good games, but you also want them to buy in bulk the bad games to get the next good game in bulk order.
Mm.
But look, I think it's a lot of these distros kept Spooky going, and you know who they are in the years when it was lean. So it's kind of, you scratched our back, we'll scratch yours. And it's a nice relationship. Everyone's kind of winning. Like no one's really losing out here. And that's the big challenge for Spooky now. And I always tell this to Bug and Luke, when you become successful, and they're very successful now. They've got a very good thing
Love it.
going. It's just, just because you can make more money doesn't mean you always should see how high you can push it.
Mm.
And we're seeing that in pinball. And I think Stern is a prime example of a product now that just doesn't deliver a product that feels like the price is there, that like the value is there. And it's not me saying that. It's look at the market. Every game now is just instantly heading south fast. Where
Yeah.
I think with Beetlejuice, and my prediction has been, I'm on the record, if Evil Deads are going for 15, 16, this is Beetlejuice. I think we're going to see
I
this thing
mean,
knocking at 18,000 on the secondhand market when it sells out instantly. I'd watch it happen.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's not like a game like, where it's okay, and then maybe you would consider selling out. Like, anybody that gets one of these is gonna wanna keep it too, and that's also gonna
Right.
push that price up, 'cause, the price to
Right.
pry one of these things out of somebody's hands is gonna be the hard.
Guys, we are talking like this, and listeners on podcast, they're just listening. But we will also have this on YouTube, and they're gonna look at us. Donnie has a spooky T-shirt. You have a spooky shield. I have a spooky shield, and we're talking like this. I mean, okay, let's just be honest. We love spooky. It is what it is. But right now, like Chris is saying, most of the games they're just like weeks after release, they lose value.
Mhm.
Except Spooky's Evil Dead. They cost like 15. They were at the show, right? At Expo, they cost like 15,000 or something.
16.5.
16.5. There you
We
go.
sold them all.
Yeah.
Sold.
Okay, it had blood painted on the armor, but this is so cool. And Chris, by saying 13,000 games for almost an hour, we have kept it perfectly fine. Let's just keep the show fine. But I just need to say this. 13,000, it's just too much. They need to take these prices down. They need to take them down.
They're going up.
No,
Stern. They're about to
no,
raise their prices. Because here's the way I look at with these collectors and
no.
these buyers, right? I mean, I'm looking at Don's, wall of pins, and we know so many people with 4, 5, 10 pins. What would you rather have? One really special $16,000 game that you never want to get rid of, that makes you smile every day you see it, like an Evil Dead or what's about to come out, or even a Winchester, right?
Yeah.
Or like 2 Stern premiums for 10,000 each, which is going to set you back 20 grand, which is a
And lose
dime a dozen
value.
kind of game, which then loses $2,000 to $3,000 in value. It's a no-brainer. I'd rather have one thing that's special than two things that are mediocre. And what Stern's done with 1,000 LEs of, again, I think some of, the passion is just not coming through in some of their recent releases. People are just saying, I'd rather look elsewhere. This is maybe the collectors. Stern's still selling a lot of games, but they've
Mhm.
lost all the
I mean,
specialness that used to be a Stern LE, because they used to have that, like the frenzy, the FOMO, the sellout instantly. They're not used to
yeah,
this world where they're,
but
strong
all of
arming.
this is a niche hobby, right? And the secondary market is so important. Right now, we really feel the secondary sales are just so bad, so slow, so low. Stern cannot feel it right now, but this will have the wobbling effect and go to the distros. All of a sudden, distros cannot sell. When they are stuck with a lot of games, by then Stern will feel the effect. Maybe in 2 years from now, they can
I think
feel
it's
what
now,
they feel.
Jeng, is I
I
heard
don't think they feel it.
Seth met with the dealers and distros, and it was I heard he was like, kind of, you guys need to start being nicer and start selling this stuff.
Oh,
Like Eric Gilly, who I heard they let go, like their sales
Oh.
department, I heard, is like basically like bullying these dealers and distros to get in line or else. But the problem now is there is an or else. There's all these great boutiques now making,
mhm.
Oh,
games.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't think they saw that coming. I really don't. That's the thing that I think they miscalculated, and even like miscalculated on letting themes like Beetlejuice go, like Back to the Future go. Like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
Like,
Mm.
when George Gomez said nobody wanted to make Beetlejuice, and nobody wanted to make Back to the Future. He said this. That's a how
How
did they
can
get to
nobody
that
want to
place?
make Back to the Future? I mean,
Well, and then they were begging to get the license out of, Barry's hands, and he wouldn't do it. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how they're gonna make those games, to be honest, but it's gonna be fun to watch him try.
when Stern gets asked, "Are you gonna make a price increase, price reduction? What's going on there?" The official answer is, "We haven't had a price increase for the last 2 years,"
Which
which
means it's
implies,
coming, which is what they're saying,
yeah,
though.
yeah,
But that's what they mean when they say that.
yeah, but they
Like,
need
we should be happy that we haven't like,
no, no, they need, we need doc- as a
Any price increase.
I love a lot. I know a lot of distros. I mean, the common enemy right now. People wants to buy pinball machines. People loves pinball machines. They come out and try these games, and when we tell the prices, they're like, "I can buy a car for that money." How can Stern reduce the price to 9,500 for an LE? What can they do? More AI? I mean, what the heck?
the problem is the hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger and deeper because what do they now do? Because the more you keep pushing out thousands of these significantly depreciating games,
Mm,
what do you do? If you do lower the price now, then everyone who bought at the higher price is never going to buy from you again. It feels like that movie, was it Margin Call movie? If we do this, they will never buy from you again. I think they're stuck. The only way out is with amazing games that people want. If they
oh yeah.
like, if they dropped Back to the Future, we wouldn't be having a conversation about 13,000 and 1,000 LEs. We'd be like doing everything we can to try to get one.
Yeah, I want the 80
That's
mile
their
an
only
hour.
way out.
Yeah, I want that SLE with the
Yeah.
special powder coat.
88.
When they can, I mean, when Stern can make a game like Godzilla, why do they release a game like Venom after, or Star Wars after? What, I mean, how can it get that stamp and say, bam, okay, release this after Godzilla? I don't get it.
Because I need to keep the line going. And have you've all visited the new Stern? I mean, it's kind of, I
Gigantic.
feel excited and sad for them at the same time. It's overwhelming. Like, you just don't need it all. And they have to keep all of that going every single launch. The pressures, I mean, it broke Jack Danger. Like, the pressure's so overwhelming.
Mm,
And you
mm,
can see it in their body language. They just seem stressed out. And I
mm.
feel the opposite when I look at other manufacturers now. There's just more of an enthusiasm and an excitement. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be them. I don't know. Really don't know the way out. I just think they got too big during COVID, and they're just boxed in now to this massive.
And for the last few years, they got some new distros so they can ship up more games for these distros. But I'm just saying, this is just freestyling. Again, no notes, no nothing. Freestyling, right? Hi, Brenda. We're just freestyling and we're just saying this. How about, because Stern is very good to their distros, like the margin is really nice. How about they just cut all this distro stuff and sold directly?
Oh, geez.
Well, if they did that, I don't want to say the number, but look at the price reduction, man. For that price reduction, they could hire five guys that could help with troubleshooting. Okay, we sell. Let's say we sell a Harry Potter, right? So a guy buys a Harry Potter, and we get the margin. Cool, cool. Everything is cool. Everybody's happy. A month later, a LED board burns. They contact us. The only thing we do is just contact Jersey Jack, and Jersey Jack sends out the part. All that could be in house, just as a distro. This is just an idea. If they sold just in house, look at the price reduction of these games.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't think they want to deal with it. They've just built the whole model the way it is, and
Mhm.
I think it's impossible now for them to. I mean, nothing's impossible. They've got all those people working in the cubicles. They've got a lot of people. I don't know what they're all doing every day, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's the whole margin thing with dealers and it's an old model. It still exists. I'm gonna get in trouble because I have a lot of dealer and distro friends who make a good living on it, look, I still think it's a nice win-win when everyone's successful. I mean, and the industry allows for that, but it always will require a good game. A good game
It
will make
was
everybody make money.
successful. It's not working
Well,
anymore.
because the games,
Yeah, and the
and they made too many.
prices.
They made too many. They just made too many. And look, there
And
is
the
something.
prices.
Yeah, but there's something. Look, I always say that James Bond's 60th was like the tipping point for them because the moment
100,000.
you crap on your own buyers and you make a move like that, it was 20 grand. And then they still walked it back. George Gomez says, well, we didn't set the price. The dealers did. I'm like, George, it was on your
It
website.
was on the website. 19,
Like
yeah, 999
19.9, right? And Don, with tax, because when you buy from Stern Direct, tax,
tax.
people paid almost $23,000 for that game with shipping.
Hey, what does that mean if you buy direct from Stern? You pay tax. Don't you pay tax if you buy from a distro?
It just depends, I think, what state you're in and whatnot, but where it's sold to, I don't know. But there's tax on the Stern receipt if you bought it from them.
Oh,
No, but
okay.
again, that was a
Then my
move
idea doesn't work.
but that was a move that was made in a boardroom, not because of they needed there was nothing to do with like the bomb or the licensing fee for that game. They literally said, if we do this, they'll buy it. And that is telegraphing. We think our buyers are this stupid. And some bought, and then they all lost 10 grand on one game. And you just don't recover
Is
from
the
that.
secondary market 10,000 of that?
Yeah, they're
game
going
now?
for like 12 now. People paid like 22.
Oh, wow.
You just don't recover from that without, and I don't know, they're like, and they've done a series of things where it was just more Elvira's when we said we wouldn't, more Jurassic Parks when we said we wouldn't. And,
Oh man,
their strategy was to re-LE everything with Godzilla Black and White George said it was supposed to be an LE. Okay, so you're going to,
Yeah,
you
you changed
can't,
that, Chris.
but I almost feel bad because I'm like, why? I just don't think you need to keep doing this. Like, it was nice when LEs were 10.5 and you handed some great
Yeah.
secondhand value to everybody,
Yes.
and then move on to the next 10.5 LE because a 10.5 LE is not sinking that bad if you buy a
No, and all
10.5.
the other games were cheaper because of that. Also, those days were. It's like 5 years ago or something. It was just so cool back then. This is just. I'm just saying, 13 is just too freaking much. Okay. Let me give you a little example here. So I'm gonna spooky shield and make sure that Spooky Luke will never talk to me again. But this is a psychological thing, right? So I had this private conversation with Luke. So months and months back, we talk about this upcoming game that comes up in a couple of weeks, and I asked directly, can you hold it under 10K again? And Luke, he said, we're trying, but this game is just jam packed. It's just pumped up with great stuff and all the ideas, everything. It will be, I'm not going to say the number, but he said that it will be a bit over the 10K, right? And I was like, Luke, do something, keep it on the 10K. Sell some more. Instead of 800, sell 1,000, or, more parts, cheaper, all that. Do something. And they did their magic, kept the price under 10K. And there is just psychological.
Wait, are you taking credit for that? Is that
No, I'm not
happening
taking
here?
credit. I'm saying that's how you do it. It's so freaking cool. Keep it on the 10K.
It's a beautiful 999 games at $9,999.
Stern should do the same. Everybody should do the same. It's just we have.
Okay, but also look at so the topper is separate, right, with the spooky game. But look at the topper on Evil Dead, right?
Oh,
And then look at a topper on a Stern machine.
yeah.
They're just recycling the gorilla.
No, is it the same gorilla?
It didn't.
No,
Yeah, it's the same.
no.
It's the same exact gorilla.
No,
Yes,
isn't it bigger or something?
No, it's the same exact gorilla. Because they didn't.
One
Because they're
to
just
one
leftover
from the
parts.
playfield. They took up there.
Yes.
It's just, I just don't understand how there's nobody with a little bit of common sense who's like, again, are we really going to do that? You know what people are going to, they're going to think we've got all these parts left over because the game's not. Yeah.
Wait, how about the shooter rod? Is that the same dong in the playfield?
I think it might be.
How much does it
It's got to be
cost?
scoped. I think it's like 150. That's the other thing too. It's like
How much does the topper cost?
Oh, it's
I don't know. It was 1,000, 1,300.
Yeah.
So it costs about the same as a Spooky's topper then.
Yes.
Oh my. Yeah.
Right. And so that
Yeah, right.
I think like the through line for them, like games would still sell at these prices as long as the value's there, right? You know, if I'm
Yep.
seeing the value, either it's a game I really want, a theme I really want, the game is great, or like you start throwing in shooter rods, or you give me a discount on the top if
Mm.
I buy the LE or something, you know, bake it in there.
You know, and Don and Jenga's like, it's still so shocking to me that they don't understand. All they need to do is put exclusive modes in the LE.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the software too.
Yeah.
Like people still talk about Daft Punk multi-ball and
Yeah.
Tron LE.
Yeah.
You have to have the LE to experience some of the magical moments. You know, like why don't they again, it's just lazy. We don't want to treat the highest paying customers any
Exactly.
different. So
Does
then what
Kong LE feel different from the premium? $3,000 more. 3,500, right?
no. And I mean the art on the Pro is the same as the art on the
Oh,
$13,000 version.
worst.
Come on, Zamayetti, you're the head of the art. He doesn't like me right now, but he's the head of the art department.
Oh,
And
man.
he's making that I'm like, "You can't do it. If you're gonna do 3 different models, one of which is double the price, how can you make it look
Oh,
exactly the same?" Like,
yeah.
again, this is just common sense decisions.
You need to get that exclusive feeling, that limited feeling. And just like on Guns N' Roses at the right outlane, they made this extra ball saver thing on the
The
collector's
coma lock on
edition.
the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that, man. They need something exclusive, but I just love the way Spooky does it. Just under 10K, pump up the play field, just freaking enjoyable. I'm so sorry. You're so distracted.
Like
Is Brenda walking in underwear
No,
in
I'm not
front of you?
distracted.
What you
I hope
doing?
so. I just No, I'm not am I distracted? No, I'm just I look, I can't wait to see what happens in a few weeks. It's gonna be a fun fall into winter with this new title.
What comes out
Anything else you
first?
think is gonna happen in the next, like, couple of months? I don't any other surprises that
I mean, early next year we will have the new Pedretti, and soon I don't know which one will come first, The Walking Dead or Spooky.
I yeah.
yeah,
Which one will come
I have
I'm
no
first?
wor
idea.
I'm worried about The Walking Dead. I really am. I'm really worried
Why?
because I think we're gonna see the price increase,
No, no,
and
Nobody
decrease. You mean?
but
nobody
also here's what I'm worried about is the old Walking Dead LE was 6,500.
Yeah.
I'm just how do you sell me on the
Yeah,
twice the
usually
price
they
for the
look.
same game?
Yeah, usually Stern looks at the market. They looked at Jurassic Park Elite. It cost 19,000. Do you remember that before they made the 30th edition? Yeah, yeah. Usually they look at these high numbers and remake those games. But like The Walking Dead was never an expensive game.
I'm sure it's gonna be the
So
best version of Walking Dead, but I'm not hearing
Mhm.
anybody, like, enthusiastically waiting, like, "I can't wait for it to drop. My money is ready to go. Take my money here," you know? I think it's gonna come out, it's gonna be the best looking Walking Dead ever. It's a great playing game, it's gonna have the LCD screen and all that, and no one's really gonna care.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Walking Dead. But one of our Patreon supporters wrote something like maybe they would make a comic art black and white edition. If that's true, I would be so disappointed. Come on, man. I need all the new movie scenes. They have
Well,
like
I
four
think
seasons.
people think they're gonna throw in the show clips, and I don't think so.
For
It's a
newer seasons.
well, it's liming on the codes, which is
Yeah.
you're not gonna mess too much with that, right? So, I don't know. I just don't think they're gonna go get the clips. They didn't even get the clips for King Kong. They're not gonna go get them for The Walking Dead.
But they updated the other line, the Metallica game.
Well, but they
Code
work with
Drop.
Metallica on it to do it,
Yeah.
right? They got
Yeah,
concert footage.
that was
Yeah.
awesome.
So
But
I don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah,
That was really cool. I want to talk about the next game that Canada bought, which was Alice in Adventures Wonderland. How is that going? When are you getting your game, Chris?
I mean, I'm at the end of the line just to see
Yeah.
how the market goes on it. You know, I'm friends with Melvin. I want to support. Um, I, I've been very candid, and I say it to him every day. And I think he was very successful in turning a foam core into a working pinball machine
Mhm.
that has nice art. It's not a great game.
Well,
I don't think it's a great game. I think it's an okay game. And again, I just think it's a different game. But yeah, with this low run of like Winchester is like a much more complete game. Raza's got a lot more in it than Alice does. In the end, like I know Melvin, he didn't want to make 500. I think Barry was a little overly optimistic, but he sold them. But the spots are available. Like they're not going up in price, and I think
Hmm.
when all is said and done, it is still amazing that Melvin, again, he saved Dutch pinball with this game, and the new marketing strategy around it, which I think is smart. I don't know, logistically how they do this when it comes time to do it, is that if you own an Alice, you're first online for Back to the Future. That
That's
I've
smart.
never seen a company do
That's
that. I've been
smart.
doing this for 12 years. It is that there's more value now in Alice than ever before because of that. Because at the pace at which they can make games, they can
Yeah.
only make like 500 a year.
But they said that they will make all the games in 2025, right?
Well, they're not. No, they're gonna end up
Back
around
in
like
October last
3.
year.
Yeah. But it's Dutch. I mean, they've made one game in 12 years. So, but what's
Well, what are
interesting
the
now?
numbers up at? Do you know the
Yeah,
ship,
they're
shipped out
probably
games?
around like they'll end the year probably around like 350-ish, maybe
Okay. So
around
they
there.
can risk, 150 people getting their money back.
Right.
Maybe.
And what's interesting about this Back to the Future offer now is, okay, so they're basically handing you one of the first 500 games, right? Which on a company that can only make 500 a year, that's people are gonna pay over to get one year one because it's Back to the Future. I've heard great things about the game. So now you're ostensibly giving people money on the table because you could flip it Back to the Future. Let's be honest, right? If they're really hard to get and it's
Mm.
year one, they're gonna go up. Or you could get a refund and just get your money back. So Melvin has told me it's worked. Like people are removing their refund requests and might as well just get it and get your Back to the Future.
So
Yeah.
I want to ask you, for a year, I have said to Donnie, you need to be a distro. You live in the US, you have great relationship, but he took the next step. Now he's a part of Spooky. So cool. So I'm gonna ask you, Chris. You have great connection with Dutch Pinball, with Melvin, right? You have a great following of Patreon supporters, right? I mean, do you have like 700 people that are listening to you every week, right?
650
650, sorry, but
keeps
they're
going down.
supporting you. Yeah, you have a lot of Canada fans, or what you want to call them. You know about drop ship deals. You know everything.
Jeez, dang it. Yes,
You
I know what
know,
you're gonna say.
but why don't you just become a distro, man? Come on, and get exclusivity with the with Melvin, and you could do so well in the US if you said, I mean, the first
Yeah.
100 of Back to the Futures from Kanedas.
It's well, I think anyone that makes content and being a district, right? There's a little conflict there, right? And it's not a
Funny.
tremendous conflict. No, I know, but like Zach does it. Like it's not a tremendous conflict, but in the end, I don't know anything about being a dealer or distro, so there's just that.
It's business. You
And
can learn it.
yeah, like I'm assuming it's not terribly hard. No, I'm not ruling it out down the road. I just kind of
Oh, you
well,
heard
no,
it
but
first over
no,
here.
but well, because
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
damn.
sorry. That was
No,
my
but
mouth.
here's why. We work really hard making a lot of this content, right? It takes a lot of our time. It's not lost on me that a dealer can drop ship 3 LEs and make more than I can make all month, spending how many hours making content. It's not lost on me that you can make a lot in one single day. Um, but good for them. They, I don't take anything away from people who are in that industry. I have a lot of friends who do it. And some of them are making a lot of money. This is my side hobby. This is not
Mhm.
my day job. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
you're getting
If AI
old.
puts me out of work and I need to figure
Yeah.
out something else to do, I mean, it's nice to have some options in this hobby.
Yeah, I mean, Don and I, we're blessed. We're getting a lot of Patreon support with this 1-year-old show. You have been on air for like 10 years. I have, with my own eyes, seen Chris's numbers. He showed everything to me. I'm not going to share it here, but those numbers, this guy's blessed. Okay.
No, but it's like
He's
Dave
giving the
Ramsey.
support.
It's time value of money. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
look at
of
all the
course.
hours you put in, and
Yeah. But
even if it's 4,000 a month or 5,000 a month or 3,000 a month. You give enough months and that number,
Goes up.
gets nicer and nicer. I got to pay taxes on it though, too. This
Yeah.
isn't, I'm not Chauncey Billups. I'm not. Did you see what he had? A poker table that had X-ray glasses so he could see his friends' cards, and he robbed his friends of $7 million at poker matches. This is a basketball player, Jeng, in America. We're dealing with a huge sports betting scandal this week that's just rocking the
Well,
entire
that's what
sport
you were
world.
playing last night. You talked about playing poker.
I know I lost
Oh,
again. I got to just stop. It's just
yeah.
not these neighborhood poker matches don't end well. But yeah, I mean, look, I just think it's nice that this hobby in general has provided, and Don, you're experiencing this, just
Yeah.
a nice lifestyle, and just I think we all just we love it, right? You just
Mhm.
love. I could talk about this all day long. I go into my day job. I love the creative outlet that this gives us, because when I go into my real job, I get rejected 95% of the time when I have an idea. But with pinball content, there's no permission I need to ask. There's no people weighing in. You can just be you
You
and
have
share
so
your
many
point of view.
listeners. You have so many listeners, so many people that supports you. That's why you should consider open a little showroom, start selling those games.
The dark
Kanedas
Well,
Pinball Shop.
well, this is what Stern gets wrong. And when I'm in these neighborhoods where these, I have the cheapest house
Mm,
in the neighborhood, like these
yeah,
people have money and they don't
yeah.
have pinball machines. Like
They don't
there,
know about
there,
pinball
there
machines.
is growth to be had, but I just think the way Stern went about it, like Gen Z kids, it's like the worst way to think about growth. Everyone's a potential pinball owner. I go into some people's houses and I'm shocked. Sometimes I go into a guy's house. I went into one guy's house like a few months ago. He had a Jaws Premium. He bought from Automated. First
Nice.
game. He's in his beautiful, like, multi-million-dollar home.
Yeah.
Knew nothing about pinball. These are guys that don't know about code updates. They're not on Pinside. And I think there's a lot of those just people who just want to put some fun stuff in their house. And they don't want to get in,
When
to
you're
all the
talking about marketing, you're
forms.
you're a marketing guy. I was at Stern's page when they released Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I was just going in there checking things out. You were just at the Pinball Expo. People are like me, lazy and fat as I am, cargo shorts that you're talking about. And I was at Stern's web shop. Have you seen those pictures with these young teenagers on their, TikTok
Yeah.
generation? Yeah, playing pinball is cool. It's just,
Yeah.
it's
It's
yeah,
weird.
you know what I mean, right?
It's weird.
Yeah, it's just
Like if
weird.
Porsche was selling Porsches with 18-year-olds, leaning against them. It's like, really? I don't know.
You know what I mean, right? I mean, it just hits the wrong
Yeah.
segment. I don't know many 20-year-old kids that own pinball machines in their houses. Could be cool.
Yeah. When I went over there and I had my little PowerPoint deck, I put up images of all their marketing individuals, and then I put up images of the people in the community. And it was just like, I think, and I just told them, guys, you need to move a little bit more this way, and just show more of the people that
Looks like
actually,
Genghis.
buy the product. But look, I think Stern is, they're working with agencies. It just feels like a lot of decisions are made by committee, and they don't know,
Oh.
kind of. They're not. It's not wrong. Again, like no one cares about pinball T-shirts. Let's be honest. I just want good games. Everyone just wants good games. I don't care about the new denim jacket, that they've got on their marketplace. Like we just want great games.
It's just we are all interested in pinball growth, right? But this way, I think in 10 years, pinball is half of what it is right now. Seriously, I know some
Well,
people are saying a tournament, blah blah blah. How many tournament players has got pinball machines like Don in the background? How many of them? Right?
yeah, well, the
I
future's
think
always going to be boutique. You just can't sustain it at what they have to do, but that's fine. I mean, there's always going to be demand though, because what I love about pinball is nothing digital will ever make it obsolete, and
mm,
it's
I just
rare to say that about a product.
I still have friends that buy pinball machines as a future investment when they got into their what's it called when you get 70 in US? You get into
Retire.
Yeah, when they get
The
retired.
retirement fund.
Yeah, retirement. Yeah,
Yeah.
all their games will be. I think in 10, 15 years, these games won't be that expensive anymore. I'm telling you,
Most of them won't. Most of them won't. I mean, it's just
yeah,
an oversaturation.
yeah,
It's everything's just supply demand. I mean, that's.
Chris,
I mean,
I'm telling you, we are dinosaurs. I get contacted. The last one was like 10 years ago. I sold a very cheap alien poker to a lady. Her husband had 60 years old birthday or something. She came here, she picked up the game. They contacted me a few weeks back. Her husband died. She said, "Do you want to come and pick up the game for free?" And I said, "No, just put it on our Craigslist. You will sell it." And she was like, "If you don't want to pick it up, we will just throw it to the recycling, just
Oh no.
throw it out." I was like, "No, don't do that." So we're dinosaurs. We're dying. And there's not the next generation is not there yet. I mean,
well, dinosaurs did live for 65 million years,
yeah,
so I don't know.
yeah, but we don't do that. We don't do that. So hold this. This is just retirement investment. I think 10, 15 years, pinball is half the size of what it is right now. I'm just saying. Just remember this. Jenkins said it. I said it.
I don't know.
Well, do you
Pinball's
think
a
if
great
Stern goes away, it
environment,
hurts? I mean, Stern. I don't know. I mean, as long as
I don't think
I think
Stern goes away. I don't think so. I think many other companies will die before Stern. Don't you think
it it
Stern
it
has a lot of money in the bank?
it never. I think all of us would admit that it is surprising how long some companies can hang on. And it's some people have annuities coming from other areas, like Aimtron could fund American Pinball. Right now, we're seeing these Cuphead photos, and people are like, "Oh, actually, looks like it could have been their best game.
Mm, mm.
100%.
Make it."
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know what's going on with them over there or anymore. I don't know who's making decisions. I know people have reached out like, if you're not going to make it, let us purchase it from you and we'll make it. And they're like, no, we're
Right.
interested in that. So yeah, I don't know. They finally had a game that's
Strange.
like it's their best game. Yeah, where is it?
Yeah. So upcoming games from Stern, we have heard Pokemon, right? Are you guys, as 40-ish year old adults, are you interested in Pokemon?
I was a year ago.
Are you excited for Pokemon?
I was a
Are you
year
gonna
ago.
buy Pokemon?
I was a year ago.
I'm more excited for Transformers for obvious reasons. But I think Pokemon, it's like Rick and Morty. Like if you haven't seen it before, well, maybe not Rick and Morty, because Rick and Morty is adult humor and it
Yeah.
clicks with this audience. I think it could be fun. I definitely don't think it's the demo though. I think people are going to be surprised it's not going to sell as well as I think they think it will, but it is the biggest IP in the world. And if someone offered you to make a Pokemon game, you're going to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna do it. Yeah, absolutely. And we heard about Fallout. Are you excited about that?
No.
No. How about you, Donnie?
I mean, I like that it's, something more current than just another, dad rock band or a movie from the 70s. So I want to see what they do with it. I'm not a huge fan of the game, but I am a fan of what Stern's been doing as far as like logging in, leveling up. I mean, I was playing D&D late last night when I should have been asleep, just chasing goals and things. And like, that's all I want to do. So if they can bring that would get me into it. That should be every game. You should be able to log in, save your progress and work towards
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And now they have got home leaderboards you can buy for $100 a month. Have you guys done that?
No.
Oh, you don't have no
I don't
Sterns,
even
right?
have a Stern machine. Well,
But you
does
said
it
something. You will have
does it
more
detect
games,
if the
right?
glass is off? Because I'm just gonna like be at the top of every leaderboard, just like.
Tit, 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 tit. Did you sell your arcade machine so you could have more pinball machines in your
I
home?
just don't have room. I've freed up room in the garage, so I've got room for one more in the garage and
And
just one
what's that
upstairs.
one game gonna be? Do you
Um,
have something in your mind?
yes, it's supposed to be the next Spooky, is what I've got in mind.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Donnie, shouldn't we sell a spooky game for our supporters here? What's going on, man?
I don't know. I'm trying to get one at least first, and then I think by the time I get back to the end of the line to grab another one, they're going to be gone.
Wow. How cool is that, right? Is that because it's under 10K?
It's
Or is it because it's an awesome game?
it's everything. It's what happened with Evil Dead. It's the fact that it's a theme people want. And the price is great. They're limited, like truly limited. That's good. Code's going to be supported for the next decade. Yeah, Topper's
Wow.
amazing.
Great. Great
All of that.
combination.
All of that. Frenchie's art.
All right.
It's got Frenchie.
Yeah. This was like
Yeah.
Franchi's the guy that made the translate like 5 years ago and has been like peddling it, trying to get it made, selling them
I
at
know.
shows. So like he's passionate about this. So yeah,
All
I
those
can't
all
wait to see
those
it.
design concepts he brought Stern would have sold great.
Mhm.
It was like Superman 78. It
Yeah.
was Wonder
Oh,
Woman.
Was it like
man.
an ego thing? They're like, "We'll handle the themes. Thank you very much. You go do your caricatures." Like, or
Yeah,
what
I don't know what it
Oh,
was.
happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so he's exclusive now at Spooky. I think it's a great baller move, man. I love it. I love it. So I have one last question that I have prepared and written down. Did you see me read everything? One last question. So at Expo, Chris Coloris from Hellcat Pinball Podcast, did you get into any fight at Expo?
No, Expo was great. There was no drama. It was a lot of fun.
There was no fight? No
No,
fight. There was some
no.
threatening and fight and all that. Nothing happened.
I mean, I got escorted out for a little bit.
Oh,
With-
what did you
with that-
do?
No, I didn't. It
Chris?
wasn't
What-
me.
You did something.
No, I don't even want to. Like, it's Rob was. Someone just had. It wasn't even a thing. Like it was 5 minutes, and Rob was like, "No."
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Other
there
than
was a
that, it was
guy-
cool.
It was good. It was good. It was good. It's a lot of fun. And I always say when we meet people, and Don, it was great to shake hands and see you. And I'm I want to say like on the air that I'm sorry we got into that. It was like a year and a half ago. So it's great to just figure out a way forward and support each other and support the companies and our content. And it's great. It was just a good vibe show. I just felt that. I did.
Nice.
Other than like looking at the Stern table, they all looked like they didn't want to talk to me. But other than that, I just felt a lot of good energy from people. And there's a great panel discussion about content creators that Retro Ralph hosted. That was a lot of fun. And that's what the shows are all about. We're going to get a lot of chances to play these games, but we don't get a lot of chances to see each other in person. And it's nice to have that. So I think anyone who's on the fence about going to these shows, that's what the shows are all about. And the games just bring us together, but it's really the relationships we make that make pinball so valuable.
Absolutely, man. I'm so happy we're doing it this way. This is much more fun. This is much more fun. Camaraderie, talking about pinball, just having a good time. My favorite video of all the videos from the expo is when I see Kale Hernandez in the background with his phone filming while you're playing at the piano, Guns N' Roses music. I see you, I see Kale. They
took the piano away, and because there was like a conference going on it was amazing. John, were you there? Was it Thursday night? The mixture in the bar was funny. There was like another conference happening,
Right.
and you couldn't get a more polar opposite group of people like in the same place. And they moved the piano out, and I asked the front desk to move it back. I mean, yeah, it's kind of been like a tradition, a little late night tickling of the ivory. It's fun.
Wow. It was really great, man. I enjoyed that. So yeah, just want to put that in also. All right, guys. I don't have more questions. Do you two have something more in you?
No, I'm gonna go do work now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
you have to
9:30 in the morning.
you have to clean up everything.
Yeah, Brenda's like side-eyeing me. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
this is
Thank
fun.
you for joining us, man. Thank you for joining us. I mean, when we made this little promo a few hours back, people were like, "Oh no, you three, it's gonna be earthquake and blah blah blah." But look, friendly, civilized. No distros got angry. No manufacturers got angry. Beautiful stuff. Let's do it this way, right? Friendly.
Well, we might have made some manufacturers angry. Who knows? Yeah. But who cares? That's my thing. Who cares?
There we go.
Who cares?
Bring the value. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. You say value, I say price reduction, like Spooky's prices. I said it.
It's one or the other. If you can't make the games better, then you got to lower the price so we see the value.
Yeah, it is. That's the final words. Okay, Donnie, let's get the outro, baby.
Happy Friday.
All right.
Yeah.
Jenkins, go drink. It's
Yeah.
time.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Is it really so hard to believe?
I just gotta do what I gotta do.
I believe in slime and stink.
What is real? How do you define real?
I believe in cruelty.
A lot of people live with hurt.
Age, a lot of people don't have a choice. I do.
I believe in injustice.
And for that, you're willing to lose everything?
Age, this ain't everything.
Mr. Miyagi, it's over! It's over, forget about it! No! I'm afraid! Let's just get out of here! I want to go home!
This house, the cars, and all the stuff we got, that ain't everything.
It's okay, lose no opponent! Must not lose no fear!
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
I am dangerous.
Tell us how your best karate still inside. Now time let out.
Can't change anything, Adrian. All we can do is just go with what we are.
But if I can change, and you can change, everybody can change.
It's showtime.
You son of a